Aren't we blessed? We will sing the Lord's Prayer and meditation hymn, followed by Reverend Aubree-Lynn's meditation and message titled Summertime.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
On a journey back in time, back past your grandmother and your great-grandmother and your great-great-grandfather. Just tumble back to a time when life was simple and easy. A time when Sunday was a time of celebration and family. The food on the table was from the gardens. And there was love and joy and commitment. The seasons flowed one to another, planting, harvesting, bringing in the harvest, spring blooming, and finally the warmth of the sun. Think about your ancestors in living by the seasons, knowing that Mother Nature fulfills all of the knowledge that is needed to move from one season to another. Think about less knowledge from the outside and more wisdom that was known in the within. Go back to a time where sharing the bounty was a part of everyday living. And as each of these ancestors, maybe some were pagans, maybe some just worshipped Mother Nature and Mother Earth, and that was all good, and that too was all God. just accept right here and now that there is such wisdom in that which was before. And we can bring that forward and learn to respect our land, our waters, and our health and our lives. So the song goes, summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton grows high. So is the living easy just because it's summertime? Well, it certainly could be if we listen to Mother Nature and realize that there's a rhythm to the seasons, and Mother Earth herself. It's all about balance. Summertime is a time to lay back, to play, to rejoice. Now that the grass is green, the flowers are blooming, and fresh fruits are in abundance. It's a time to connect with families, with celebrations, as we officially kick off very soon the 4th of July and the fireworks. Thursday was the first day of summer, and as you know, that day is called Summer Solstice, the longest day of daylight in the year. And as it's a celebration, it's like, oh, it's the longest day, and now it's going to get shorter and shorter. And there we go, out of the present moment into the future, which we don't know what that holds anyhow. So, summer with its heat and sudden stormy weather can also be a time of mixed moods, a challenge for us to maintain our spiritual center. Can we afford a vacation? Should we go away? Should we go away alone? Should we take the kids with us? How many family barbecues, what do you call those things again? Not fryouts are we going to have? Who do we invite? I'll get it. I haven't been here long. So it's sometimes all of life can be this challenge to our spiritual center, that which within us just sometimes gets fried from the sun and the heat and the exhaustion. But why would that be so? And perhaps because we don't pay enough attention to the gifts that Mother Nature gives us. There is a lesson in each season that comes, and we have to take attention to our bodies and let our bodies flow and go with the seasons. And sometimes our own rhythm is off. Sometimes we could have winter for a year. Sometimes we could. But we know that out of that eventually something will break, spring will bloom, and we will go on. But for all intents and purposes today, let's just think of the quarters and how do we flow with them? How do we go live within them? And do we allow our minds to just go with the current and not talk about how good or bad it is? Because when we talk about good, oh, the weather is so good, then we're saying something is bad. And when we talk about, oh, it's so bad, then we're waiting for the good. How about that we just enjoy what is as the day brings to us? I was talking to my prayer partner on Thursday, and it was still cloudy, and I said, it's been cool and cloudy, but inside me it's all warm and sunny. So if we can get up in the morning and embrace ourselves rather than the weather, then we can just flow with life. Summer solstice was also called midsummer, and it actually was a pagan holiday. And we know there's nothing strange about pagan believers. They just worshiped nature. And what is nature? God. They're merely people who celebrated with God in all its splendor. However, truth be known, people all around the world have celebrated religious holy days that were linked to summer solstice. Solstice, the word is derived from two Latin words, sol, meaning sun, and sistere, which means to stand still. So all this means is the summer solstice draws near, the noonday sun rises higher and higher, and it appears that the sun is standing still. Summer solstice. So whether or not you celebrate the beginning of summer is entirely up to you. However, I personally like to take time out for each season and look for the significance and the intimacy that's there to bring us more balance in our lives. Now, I've got to a point where I say, I'm not vacuuming and I'm not making the bed. I'm going for a walk. It's warm out. This is the time to go for the walk. You know, I know eventually I'll vacuum and make the bed, so who cares? Who cares, right? We don't care. So Hildergard of Bigen wrote this about Mother Earth. If I can get this page 210. Leanne, where's that stuff you had, that sticky stuff? Okay, there we go. This is what she said. The earth is mother of all that is natural. She is the mother of all, for contained within her are the seeds of all. She is in so many ways fruitful. All creation comes from her depth. I think that's so beautiful. That earth is mother of all, that is natural. She is mother of all, for contained within her are the seeds of all. So all of the living has come from the earth up to, right, and including human beings. Since the dawn of modern human consciousness, over 35,000 years ago, intimacy with Mother Earth's creativity has been the main reason for our human creativity. See, our intimacy with our natural rhythm and our beauty has ignited our imaginations, because those of us that are artists look out and see, and your imagination goes, whoa, and your hand and mind start to create with that. And those of us that are musicians, they look and hear the wind and the sounds, and all of a sudden a rhythm and a beat begins to come to them, and they can start strumming the guitar or playing a piano. So today, truly experience the creativity and the imaginations that are with you. These are gifts that God, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, whatever you choose to call all of that, these are the gifts that we have. And there's a flow of energy that exists within this earth, within our lives and within our seasons. And there's also a sadness for all who move from one day to the next and never pause to drink from this beautiful fountain of life. How many of you have gone shopping or to the mall or the grocery store and you see what I call the walking dead? Eyes glazed over. How many of you ever tried to smile or say good morning and people will deliberately turn their eyes from you? They don't even have a clue the beauty of what this life has given them. You know, I feel sad for the people who say there's one life, you live, you work, you die, and that's it. I don't ever want to live like that, and I know nobody here does either. People who are intimate with and have relationships with Mother Earth live in harmony with all of the world around them. As much as we're in sacred safety here in all of our lives, or with their little ups and downs, fine, we know that all around the world there are other things going on, and we try to be a part of that. We try to send energy out and be in harmony with all so that peace could come to all lands. In our culture, many have forgotten their bond to Mother Earth, or sadly have never even known there was one. So thank God for the artists and the singers and the dancers and the musicians, the writers, the philosophers. They stimulate the light of our imaginations with hope and possibilities for an enlightened and harmonious world. I'm reading a new book called The Other Einstein right now, and it's the scene is in the late 1800s, early 19, and it's a woman who's a physicist, and which of course in that time was like, and she's shunned and ignored, and the professors are nasty to her. But in there she's writing about understanding the connection of the atoms and science and God, and where does it all fit together. And I find this like delightful, because we're all on that path. We know that there's something, and we're here because we want to know more about that. But it's like, oh my God, another way to think of something, another perception. And that's that creative imagination. That's that divine impress within us that is moving us towards our goals. So I have a bunch of thoughts, and I thought, well, they're too many, but you know what? I'm keeping them all in because, well, you're only supposed to do 3 according to they, whoever they are. But anyhow, these are from all of the greats, and they're speaking about Mother Earth. So Charles Fillmore says, when we commune with nature and spirit within and ask for new ideas, they're always forthcoming. We just have to ask. Ernest Holmes says, God manifests through everything. All the divinity and nature herself is the body of God. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, the lover of nature is one who learns the nature, the lessons of worship. Let's see who this prehistoric guy was. Arnold Toynbee, I don't know who he is, but anyhow, he said, prehistoric people, nature was just a treasure trove of natural resources. Think back to when you're in meditation and going back and back and back into with our ancestors, and they lived with the natural resources. Nature was a goddess, Mother Earth. The whole environment was divine. We have to, when you go out of here today, look around and just feel and see the divinity. Mother Earth, her life, I am. Mother Earth, her body is my body. Mother Earth, her thoughts are my thoughts. That's from a Navajo song. And from India, the ancients in India, the earth whose heart is the highest heaven, immortal, surrounded by truth, O Mother Earth. Are they not beautiful? Are they just not beautiful? Wondrous truths, manifold as a wondrous God hath written the stars above. Let us rejoice in everything that's around us, that's growing up under us. The dandelions and the clover too. Let's just love them all. And I know some of you don't, but let's just love them all. Reverence for Mother Earth is the foundation of our spiritual awareness, and its growth from prehistoric times to now. This isn't something new. Oh, yeah, we have this earth, and yeah, I think we should take care of it. No, it's from time immortal. And from the reverence comes our responsibility to ourselves and to our families and to our world to pause. To just pause in each seasons and celebrate the gifts. Celebrate the gifts of the season. The seasons are physical creation of the divine intelligence. This intelligence, it's what we call spirit or God. But each change of season is her intelligence in operation. To know God, says Emerson, we only need to look around at nature. Just look out the windows and see the beautiful green, and there's just a little bit of movement, the breeze. This is Mother Nature at her best. This ground that we stand on and outside, it's holy. And my hunch is that very few people regard it as such. Listen to what Beethoven said. I get my ideas amid the freedom on nature in the woods and in the walks. Look how far back the creative people. So for all of us that have this stirring within, we think there's something more I want to be doing. Allow nature, go take a walk and just empty and allow the divine nature and the imagination to come forward and say, what is it I'm to be doing? Ask for that gift. You know, in this beautiful summer season, while the earth and the farmers are producing food for us, we have time to take vacations, play with our children, take late night walks, lazy time together to dream. So I ask you, what are you going to do to honor the beautiful nature of your soul? To appreciate that which is outside of ourselves, we have to go deep within and recognize the beauty within. That is something when I spoke this morning, the beginning of service, the beauty within is something that when we allow it to flow and see it from each other, we automatically give it back to each other. Emerson says how easy we might walk onward into opening landscape, absorbed by new pictures and thoughts, fast succeeding each other. Wow. How many thoughts do you have a day that say, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, and God is flowing them in and flowing them in, and I have to scribble them down because I can't keep track of them all. Oh my God, this would be a great Sunday talk. This would be this. This would be a good idea for a workshop. And they're coming and they're coming and coming. So he's got to slow down and find that which really resonates with your heart space. We have to become friends with nature, all of it. We can make friends with ourselves and let go of judgments of others, but just as nature has surprise changes and storms, so does our life. Is that not true? We don't know what's happening when you walk into a restaurant to have dinner with two people. And look what happened. There's surprises all the time. So we're subject to the unknown, totally surprised. So, and we wish understanding and love and forgiveness. We too must give understanding and love and forgiveness and let go of things. And it's hard, I know. I mean, I work with that myself. But if we live up to the goodness and the beauty of who and what we are, we would not be in such awe of nature because we do not see the truth within ourselves in that energy that we are. The landscape becomes still around us. I have a dear friend, and she's coming here Labor Day weekend, Rhonda, and I love her to death. We've been friends for 100 years. But we're driving, and I'll go, oh, my God, look at that tree. Look at those flowers over there. And she's like, do you ever see anything? You're missing so much when you don't look around. If we flowed with the natural energy within us, like a babbling brook, we would just be a babbling brook. Wouldn't it be great just to leave here today and just be a babbling brook? But if you become still, you can hear the voice of Mother Earth calling. Quiet, listening. Earth with her 1,000 voices praising God. Listen. Listen. You hear it? Mother Earth is calling. And every day we must realign ourselves to Mother Earth, to Mother Nature, to God, because Mother Earth nourishes our imagination and it restores our soul. Through her lessons, she shows what's possible for our lives. Through her seasons, she shows us how to live in balance, when to reap, when to sow. To him who is in love with nature, holds communion with her visible forms, she speaks various languages. Mother Earth is calling you, calling each one of us. It's calling me. Are you listening? Listen. And I'd like to end with a short Navajo prayer. It says, all is beautiful indeed. Now, Mother Earth and Father Sky, meeting, joining one another, helpmates always. All is beautiful indeed.